What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 34th episode of the PS Pony podcast, where once a week, every week, me and my best friend Ron get together to bring you all the Sony news you need to know about. Ron, how's it going, man? What's going on?
It's going really well. I started my replay through of The Witcher 3 a day or two ago. Decided it's time. The remaster probably is coming out this year, so I gotta play it. Other than that, not too much. Just waiting on Deathloop tomorrow.
Nice.
What about you?
I'm very much in the same boat. I've just been playing Hades a lot. Trying to beat the boss, just trying to finish those runs and just get through the story and everything. It's starting to annoy me a little bit because I'm slowly encroaching the space of like not having a lot of stuff to unlock and do. You know, a lot of the prophecies and things I need to unlock, they're just like coming down to like getting like a single boon. But like what I'm really trying to do right now is like beat the game, like escape fully with each of the weapons.
Yeah.
And because I forget, I think I unlock a decent amount of like ambrosia or whatever, and I think that'll like really help me out. I cannot beat Hades every time I get to the end. It is so hard. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the way I play the game, but like I need the distance. Like I need the space in between because I did it with the rail and the bow, but with those like melee weapons, it's just really difficult. So
I gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm excited to have like a little break with Deathloop coming out tomorrow because, you know, of course, like we didn't get our review copies early.
It's
yeah, they got lost in the mail or something. So
that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I'm hoping Deathloop kind of gets me back into playing Hades because I just fell out of it. I just don't care to revisit Hades. So I'm hoping Deathloop kind of just gets me in that kind of, you know, die, repeat kind of game. So
yeah, I feel that.
But Zach, last week, you and I had the pleasure of creating our first YouTube video with our faces on it. We reacted to the PlayStation Summer Game Showcase last Tuesday. So a lot of fun. Last Thursday. A lot of really cool stuff got announced, which we're gonna kind of go over and then give our impressions because we had our reactions. Now it's our impressions. So if you didn't know and you're living under a rock, these were the games that got announced and revealed and release dates, blah blah blah, at the event. We got God of War Ragnarok. It's coming out in 2022. We'll see. Exclusives always have a way of doing that.
Looks pretty well put together so far from what we saw.
Yeah, definitely. Spider-Man 2 2023, which is honestly not a shocking release date.
No,
they need their time. Insomniac's only such a big company. They're a huge company, but they can only do so many things at once.
Yeah, honestly, I was expecting them to wait a little longer before they announced it.
I think they just kind of needed to show Spider-Man.
Yeah,
on PlayStation,
that's
you got to
fair.
show Spider-Man.
That's fair.
You know.
Yeah.
Marvel's Wolverine. If you didn't see that trailer, it was pretty amazing. You think
teaser, really?
Yeah. If you think it's Spider-Man at first, and then you see a whole lot of dead people, and you're like, okay, this can't be Spider-Man. So that's gonna be amazing. Odds are that's coming out after the Spider-Man 2 games. So
I would think so.
Maybe 5.
Yeah.
So that's pretty amazing. Gran Turismo 7. Zach and I aren't racing fans, really.
Looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a racing sim.
Yeah.
It's the real driving simulator.
Exactly.
It's coming out March 4th, 2022. And they kicked off the show with this announcement, which was Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake. Not a remaster, it's a remake, so they're actually like creating a new game, essentially.
Yes, yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Super excited about this one. This is exclusive for the PS5.
I believe it's exclusive for a year.
Yeah, I can see them holding it down forever.
Yeah. So.
But then again, the original one wasn't on PlayStation at all. So... yeah, I'm super excited about this. I've seen a lot of like trailers and like cinematics from the original Knights of the Old Republic, and they're awesome. You want to talk about like sick lightsaber fights? Oh, so cool. So I'm this is probably my most anticipated low key game, like a new announcement. You know, things we didn't know about before, leading up to it. You know, because obviously God of War. You know. Yeah. Like, Spider-Man's cool, but honestly, this is doing it for me a little more than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
Wolverine's got me really hyped.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. Then we got Uncharted: The Legacy of Thieves collection, which is Uncharted 4 and the DLC expansion from Uncharted 4.
Yep.
What was it called again? What was it expansion?
Lost Legacy?
Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
Thank you. That will be coming
Not DLC.
out.
Standalone.
Yeah, standalone DLC. Yeah. It'll be coming out in early 2022 on PS5 and PC. So PC got their Uncharted games.
Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't just go ahead and pull the trigger and do like 1, 2, and 3 again.
Maybe they'll
for
do
5.
it later.
You know? Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe they figure because you get it in the collection.
True.
So they figure you already played it.
Yeah.
Let's just all right.
Then the next game is Chia. I believe that's how you say it.
Chia.
That game looked pretty cool. It's basically
I'm super excited about this.
Yeah, it reminded me of Rime a lot. It looks like a kind of like a puzzle game where you could just hop into different animal bodies and take over them and just do what you need to do. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So. Then was Kid Amnesia. I think that's how you say it. That comes out November 2021, pretty soon.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, Radiohead's making it. I think it was just like that splash image one. I don't think there was really much about it.
I can't recall this from watching it.
Honestly, I don't either. Shout out to this article though, because I would have completely forgotten about it.
Yeah. All right. Well.
But that's coming out in November of this year. Then we got Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the Borderlands standalone DLC, coming out March 25th, 2022. I'm kind of burnt out on Borderlands.
As am I. What's really keeping this alive for me is that it's its own standalone game. If this was DLC for Borderlands 3, I probably would not revisit this. Mm-hmm. But because Assault on Dragon's Keep for Borderlands 2 is like one of my favorite Borderlands anythings. Yeah. And this is its own standalone. I think that gives them like the freedom and like dedication to do some really cool stuff. In the trailer we saw like them playing around with like the top down version of like the RPG game and everything like that. So I am interested in this. I would be a lot of fun for us to all get on and play, I think. It's gonna come down to how possible is that, you know. But I think it's something I'm willing to give it a shot. But if I'm being honest, if this one doesn't do it, done. Borderlands is over for me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Unfortunately. Then Project Eve, which looked pretty cool. Nice like JRPG game. Not JRPG, but like just Japanese game. That is to be determined. We're not sure when it's coming out yet, but it did have like some Metal Gear Rising or like Bayonetta type of vibes to it, which is pretty cool.
Speaking of Project Eve, Ron, the CEO, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name. His last name is Kim. In order to celebrate the successful showing of the game, he actually bought all 260 of his staff a PlayStation 5.
That's a lot. That's a lot of PS5s.
It is a lot of PS5s, but also it's not. You know what I mean? Because like, think about it this way: like we have like 11 million sold already.
Yeah,
right.
Around that, probably.
260 isn't a ridiculous amount.
No, but times that by 500 because these are the disc models, like $500.
No, true. But like, since they just have this like partnership with Sony, I'm sure they have like a little more streamlined thing.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure.
You know, so.
I'm sure. But.
I don't know if it's an exclusive, because I think they do make games for other devs.
I mean, maybe this will be one.
Regardless, I think this is awesome. I think this is really cool.
Nice charitable thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather see 260 PS4s in the hands of like devs.
PS5s.
Yeah, PS5s in the hands of devs than like scalpers. Yeah, scalpers. You know, because even if they put those 260 in the wild, what are the odds that actual people are going to get them?
You just bottom it so that they have to buy the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Put the money right back in the system.
Well,
you know?
There is another tweet that he has, like basically saying like I wanted my employees to be able to experience this game on like the newest console that they've like designed it for. So, yeah,
we like to hear it. Love to hear it.
It's awesome.
The next release announcement, whatever, is Deathloop. That comes out tomorrow or today if you're listening to this on Tuesday. Shout out to you.
Great review so far.
Yep, great reviews, which honestly, we're talking about right now, it's currently sitting at an 88 on Metacritic. I'm gonna refresh just in case. Yeah. Still sitting at an 88. Companies such as PlayStation Universe, The Sixth Axis, IGN, Digital Chumps, Impulse Gamer, VG247. I don't know why I couldn't say that. All gave it 100s. It's sitting at 65 positive reviews and 5 mixed reviews. About pretty much what you expect, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with that so far. It honestly was a nice shock to see it be doing like that well.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
And quote unquote Sony exclusive. So there you go. It's also on releases on PC as well.
This is true.
I
bought the
Xbox in a year.
I pre-ordered it on Best Buy today.
You pre-ordered it on Best Buy?
Yeah, they had a thing where you get the Steelbook if you pre-order it. So I'm gonna get it. And I'm just gonna sell it to GameStop. But at the end of the day, Ron, it evens out.
Why?
Because I get half the money back from GameStop. I'm just giving you that for Vanguard. I'm spending $60 at the end of the day. There we go.
Wait, we'll talk about this. Oh my god. All right, cool. So Zach got a Steelbook. Hype.
Whoop, whoop.
But Deathloop is doing really good review-wise, which is always just nice for us. That means we're just getting better games. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
good. And it's the 100th time we've heard about this from a PlayStation conference. So I'm happy the marketing worked.
Yeah.
Next game is Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt, coming out late 2021. It's actually surprising that we're seeing this many games coming out this year for the conference. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Sony has a knack for saying, hey, 3 years in the future.
They did build that reputation. I feel like ever since that one showcase, like they couldn't.
E3.
Was it E3?
It was E3. They showed Last of Us, God of War.
Or was it the first PSX?
No, it was like Last of Us because they pretty much showed like 4 big games that were their 4 biggest, and then it wasn't anything. I think Days Gone was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. And then
this looks cool.
For years. It did look pretty cool.
This does look really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it's based off the tabletop game of Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt.
Okay.
So
this is online, right?
Yeah, it's a free-to-play battle royale.
Oh, it is free to play. Oh,
that's why it said sign up now. So I think that was like the thing.
Okay. I thought that was just for like the beta.
Oh no, yeah. I think that's what it is. I'm not really 100% sure though.
Role-playing game. I don't know if it is battle royale.
It says it right here.
It is? Okay. Yeah. All
right. And they said that Blood Hunt will arrive on PS5 in late 2021. The game is already available on Steam.
Okay.
So
cool.
Next game that is coming out this year is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, October 26, 2021. I'm kind of whatever about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy it.
It looks really cool, but it's just that trailer that they put out. There was so much happening and so much going on. I have no idea what's going on. Like, I just don't know what the game's about. I don't know what the plot is. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just a lack of, like, my Marvel knowledge, or if that's just because it's so crazy and hectic that there's all this stuff. I don't know what we didn't see gameplay for it. It was just like a story trailer. So I don't know if like you're swapping back and forth from each character. If like before each mission you get to play as each character, or like maybe the game has like slightly different mission variations depending on what character you pick or something. I have no clue how that works. I don't know if it's like a level up system or so. I'll wait to see how it comes out, and if it's doing well, then yeah, I'm all in for it.
But the new Guardians of the Galaxy game is available for pre-order. Launches October 26th for PS5, PS4, and Xbox One. For some reason, not the Series X.
Yeah.
Whatever reason that would be. Maybe it's just a little. Maybe it got like kind of delayed.
Maybe
for the next gen version. Maybe that's just my assumption.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Extraction delayed until January 2022. That game, I think it's just an expansion of Rainbow Six Siege.
It is.
Yeah. So nothing really crazy. We've played it. We liked it. I don't think we'd really pick it up though.
Well, it looks like a new game mode, which does look interesting, but my time with Rainbow's over. So
yeah, I don't own it anymore.
That's true. Yeah. I do own it.
I don't own the Witcher Complete Edition either, which really sucks. I was just gonna go back and platinum it, but I can't.
It's on.
It's not anymore.
It's not on PS Now.
September 6th, it was taken down.
Oh, that's horrible. That sucks.
Because I went on, I was like, oh wait, it's on PS Now. It's not anymore. Yeah, it really sucks.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Ghostwire Tokyo, early 22. Said that. Kind of disappointed it's not this year, but what do you gotta do?
Yeah.
I think it's just early. So yeah, it says early 22. So whatever. GTA 5 expanded and enhanced edition delayed until March 22. Great. GTA again.
Actually, it's been getting a lot of hate.
I was about to say, the YouTube video got bombed.
Yeah.
What do you expect, dude? It's been this many years. People keep buying shark cards. Stop buying the shark cards. That's the only reason they keep doing it.
Yeah, man.
It's 3 generations. Skyrim got a lot of hate when it was coming out. I'm sure it's probably going to be bombed as well.
Yeah, I saw there was a someone took a picture of like in the beginning, like of the trailer, or whatever, says like "Welcome back to Los Santos." Someone took a picture of that and commented and was like, "I've been stuck in Los Santos for 2.5 console generations.
Dude,
Let me out."
Ridiculous. But this game's now coming onto its 3rd generation, just like Skyrim is. So
Yeah.
Then we got an announcement on Alan Wake Remastered coming out on October 5th, 2021. Look pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular game.
I know you've talked about it before, so I'm just kind of see how it goes when it launches. Maybe I'll pick it up, maybe I won't. And then the last game that was talked about.
That's not Hogwarts Legacy.
That was not Hogwarts Legacy. Was Forspoken, coming out in spring 2022, which is kind of nice to actually come in that early. I was surprised.
Yeah, this is really cool. I'm very interested in this game.
Yeah, but it's coming from Square Enix. It's kind of like a mix between Horizon and Lara Croft games. So
yeah, it's the biggest like iffy thing about it.
It's Square Enix. Yeah, I don't have a good track record with Square Enix games. Like Lara Croft's good.
It's like very hit or miss.
Yeah.
But then yeah.
It reminded me of Infamous as well. So, this game Forspoken.
Oh yeah, the movement and everything. Yeah, I agree with that.
Stuff. So that has me a bit excited. I'm just gonna, like I said, kind of see how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't. It's a Square Enix game. I can't imagine it's an exclusive. I think it's just a game coming out, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
We don't need to have every game ever as a first party game. So.
No.
But that was all that was talked about on the press conference. Feel free to go to our YouTube channel, PSPonies, to go watch our reactions to it if you want to see what our faces look like. We're working on getting the camera set up here soon, so we'll actually just have these podcasts like video in the future. So, cool.
Yeah, but Ron, speaking of first-party studios, Sony has just added a brand new first-party studio by the name of Firesprite. As far as... Yes. It is from Liverpool. It is where it's based. And other than that, we do not know anything about what it is currently working on for Sony. They have helped to put several games together, including the Playroom for PS4 and the Playroom VR
and
for
Run Sackboy
obviously
Run.
PSVR and Run Sackboy Run.
Yeah.
So not too much is known about it. Not too much. Other than the fact that they got
having
it, so.
like a lot of like praise because I guess they've been like developing as a company like really well as of late. So it's kind of like a hot company to snag.
Yeah.
So they also worked on their very own IP, The Persistence, and they were. This is a quote, I should say. They worked on The Persistence and were given the creative freedom to explore, innovate, and release a survival horror game that we are immensely proud of. Now, as a first-party studio, we know we have the full support of PlayStation in furthering our heritage of combining creativity and technical innovation to offer some truly unique experience for PlayStation fans.
Yep.
Maybe it's VR games.
Might be.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It would make sense, But
it would with the second one coming out. It's a brand new studio, assuming they have just started to iron out like the makings of the game. It would line up with our with the track record for PSVR too. So could be PSVR. Big news.
But
big news.
Another small company. Always love to see it.
Yeah.
Maybe if they snag Team Cherry, I'll probably cry.
Oh my god.
Maybe the game will come out.
Yeah.
I need it to. But kind of going along with this, there was an article posted on Games Radar Plus. The article title reads, PlayStation Studios is all about the quality and uniqueness of the gaming experiences, says Herman Holst, who is head of PlayStation Studios. He had an interview with Games Radar Plus to give a little bit of insight on why it acquires new studios. And this quote says, this is in regards to the purchases that Microsoft has made of like Bethesda. The quote says, with the teams we've acquired recently, I happen to know the people very well. So I know what they're capable of, and I actually also know what they're working on, says Holst in an interview with Games Radar Plus. That privileged relationship that I have gives me a lot of confidence in the games coming out of these teams being really strong and being very PlayStation Studios. In terms of the quality that we're always after, we're always striving for better games, but also the uniqueness of the experiences. It's all about the quality and the uniqueness of the gaming experiences, the fact that they're surprising us, yes, maybe to the outside world, but maybe not to the people that have been working on it, that have seen Firesprite grow, and seen them add talent and being able to attract the best talent in the industry, which speaks to a really strong and very inclusive and welcoming culture.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Still.
Good. Always good vibes.
Yeah, man.
So I'm excited to see what they come out with. Clearly, Herman Hulst is as well. That's why they're, acquired by Sony as well.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that what they come out with in the near future blows us away. And if it's for VR, maybe it will sell me on the VR2 headset. I want it. I don't think I'll pay full price though in the beginning, but
we'll see what the price is, and we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Zach, you have a little bit of news about some Little Big Planet game servers.
Yeah, so multiple Little Big Planet game servers from Little Big Planet 1 all the way through 3 and for the Vita have been shut down permanently after causing a lot of trouble. The primary reason they did this was to ensure that the game's online environment has remained safe. However, you can still play online in Little Big Planet 3 for the PS4 and with the game update 1.27. That will make that'll make almost all of the levels playable again, as well as levels that were created on the PS or on the first and second versions of the game as well. So just a quick update on that. Still sucks. There's a lot of stuff that was removed and people really don't have any access to anymore. I'm pretty sure 1, 2, and Vita no longer have access to the internet anymore. But sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate thing that it's just to keep them safe. Instead?
Yeah, it's been suffering like a lot of server problems.
Oh,
so,
okay. And what, you don't want it to just like crash and just break everything, essentially.
Basically.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? I mean, if the levels are brought to PS4, that does help.
Yeah.
Kind of revive that also. So
yeah.
Unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? Can you make your own levels on Sackboy?
No, it doesn't work like that.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not technically like a Little Big Planet game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's unfortunate though.
Yeah.
But maybe if Media Molecule grabs it again, it works on that, then maybe we'll see that happen.
Yeah.
And Zach, you have a little bit of news about PS5 and PC games?
Yes. So there's been a huge rumored leak by a person named Igor July. So yeah, this was found by he found a way to open up GeForce Now's database and to look inside, and it's just stuffed with references of all kinds of upcoming unreleased games. So some of these just general games are Chrono Cross Remastered, Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered, Final Fantasy 9 Remake. Yeah, possibly a reference to the recent remaster. Kingdom Hearts 4. That is 4, yeah. Kingdom Hearts 4, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Street Fighter 6, Dragon Dogma 2, Monster Hunter 6, Grand Theft Auto Remastered. This was already a previous rumor we knew, though. A Bioshock in 2022, Mirror's Edge Remastered, Untitled Respawn game, Titanfall 3, which is a big one. Tekken 8, The Talos Principle 2, Crysis 4, Batman Arkham Knight Remastered. Let's get that. XCOM 3, Injustice 3, Gods Will Fall. Destroy All Humans 3, Sniper Elite 5, City Skylines 2. Shout out to Aaron. Fight for Middle Earth, which I assume is
like
Shadows of Mordor type
maybe
thing.
Like a spin-off game
maybe,
for multiplayer.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat 12. Mortal Kombat 12. Yeah. And Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Remastered. However, this was recently debunked by Activision. And Helldivers 2. Those are just general games that are coming out that were leaked. But ports for the PS5 from PlayStation over to the PC. Those games include God of War 2018, Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, Returnal, Demon Souls, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and Ghost of Tsushima. All of the PS5 games currently out and in the future out are on this list. So that is huge if that is true and that does end up happening. I don't know. Now granted, like, this leak doesn't come with like a time frame, so maybe this is like their like 7-year plan of games. You know, they might not dump it all at once. I'm sure they won't dump it all at once.
I
But
think there's absolutely no shot that Ratchet and Clank Returnal, Ratchet and Clank and Horizon go to PC within the next 4 years. I don't think that would happen.
I can see Horizon being sooner. I think God of War is going to happen a few months out from the release of Ragnarok. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I could see Demon Souls coming out sooner as well as Sackboy.
Yeah.
And of course Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Maybe once we get more information about
those
the movie.
Games, I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Real quick. Those are flagship games.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely on the back end of this like thing. So
yeah. We've always kind of expected Ghost of Tsushima to go to PC at some point too, because they started putting their IPs on there.
They have to.
It makes sense for Ghost of Tsushima to be on there at some point. So
I agree.
We'll see. But yeah, so obviously take the leaks with a grain of salt. Not really sure like we know what's going to come out of it yet, but yeah.
Who knows? But speaking of things that don't have to do with PlayStation, Ronald, we have a lot of information on Epic Games versus Apple because the trial verdict happened over the weekend.
Yes, it did. Now, on AppleInsider.com, there is a huge, extensive list as to what happened with the lawsuit, and it goes in a great chronological order. However, we've talked about it on this podcast before, and we're not going to sit here for 6 hours, so we're going to tell you pretty much what the verdict was. So give me 1 second. Blah, blah, blah. Where's that? Here we go. All right. So, with the ruling of the lawsuit, the ruling declares that Apple is not a monopoly, but must allow alternate payment methods. So, it's probably best that we pretty much just read this whole thing. So, I'll go ahead and do so. In the September 10th publication of her ruling, Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers largely handed Apple a victory in court. Chiefly for Apple, it was confirmation that Apple wasn't a monopoly and that Epic wasn't able to demonstrate Apple was engaging in monopolistic behavior. Apple does enjoy, quote, considerable market share over the 55% and extraordinarily high profit margins, end quote. The ruling reads, but this doesn't demonstrate antitrust conduct. Quote, success is not illegal, end quote. There was no evidence of other critical factors that would be considered antitrust behavior, such as barriers for entry and decreasing innovation in the market. The court does not find that it is impossible, only that Epic Games failed in its burden to demonstrate Apple is an illegal monopolist, the ruling states. However, it wasn't a clear-cut win for the iPhone maker either, as both sides won and lost in different ways. For Apple, the biggest issue is an injunction to prohibit developers from including in-apps, quote, buttons, external links, or other calls to action that direct customers to purchasing mechanisms. In addition to in-app purchasing and communicating with customers through points of contact obtained voluntarily from customers through account registration within the app, end quote. In short, developers won't be forced to abide by Apple's anti-steering policies, preventing them from saying there's other payment mechanisms available to consumers. Apple has 90 days to comply with this injunction. Apple also prevailed in arguments that Epic breached its contract clause. Epic has to pay Apple damages equal to 30% of the $12 million it earned in revenue from its Epic Direct payment system plus interest, because Apple typically takes 30% of whatever the developer makes, which is actually crazy. They made $12 million that fast.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show like how much Epic needed this win. The judge also agreed that Apple wasn't unfairly retaliating against Apple by cutting access to its developer account. Judge Rogers also reasoned that Epic's claims were a play to control more in the gaming market. Quote, as a major player in the wider video gaming industry, Epic Games brought this lawsuit to challenge Apple's control over access to a considerable portion of the submarket for mobile gaming transactions, end quote, wrote the judge. Ultimately, Epic Games overreached. In response, Apple released a statement declaring, quote, today the court has affirmed what we've known all along. The App Store is not in violation of antitrust law, as the court recognizes success is not illegal. Apple faces rigorous competition in every segment in which we do business, and we believe customers and developers choose us because our products and services are the best in the world, end quote. On Twitter, Epic CEO Tim Sweeney thanked the court and vowed to, quote, fight on. Epic says it will be appealing the decision, and they've already appealed.
Yeah.
So both are losing a lot in this. Apple's stock closed 3% down the day of the ruling, and Epic appealing. It's probably a good thing Epic is not a publicly traded company, because I'm sure theirs would be going down a lot too. This is just gonna up going to the Supreme Court.
Most likely. Yeah.
And then we're just gonna kind of see what happens with that. But
yeah,
it's gonna be drawn out for a few years at this point. So, what are your thoughts?
It sucks.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much. There's so much.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if we sat here and we read every single bit of information that's on this incredibly long webpage, it would make a lot more sense. But I think like what's happening is this is such like a compounding issue of so many various intricate things happening, and the people making this decision probably don't have any fucking knowledge of like this stuff.
What you mean
of
the
like
judge?
Gaming? Yeah, no, not the game. No, like base.
It's still marketplaces. That's what marketplaces do all the time.
No, you're right, but it's more so like the judge has to base his decision off of what is presented to him, as opposed to what.
Or her in this case.
Or her, yeah. Or as opposed to like the general other like I don't know how to intelligently say this. The judge has to make a decision based off what is reported on in what is the evidence that is presented to him. So if there's important things that like weren't said, he can't base his decision off that. He has to go off of what is presented in the court. Right. So I think that like Epic and Apple have done both such a good job of covering their own asses in various ways that it's this dicey and messy in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can. Well, in both ways, like Apple still has to allow people to have alternate ways of paying or being able to do this stuff. So like they did get that win. Also, it didn't say it on here. Apple does not have to let Fortnite back on the App Store either.
I don't think it would.
Right.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
That's what the judge ruled, is that they don't have to let them back on or anything like that.
Yeah.
That was part of the case to let them back on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
that's a lot of money they're losing.
I bet.
So that's also why they're appealing, because that's like if they made what $13 million that fast before I was like get out, that's a lot.
Well, what their goal needs to be isn't to like be let back on the App Store, but more so just create a safer environment for all video games. Because let's be honest, if they appeal and the case goes any higher, if Apple does like definitively lose in the case, there's no shot they're letting Fortnite back on unless there's a court-appointed ruling for it. But at that point, Apple's a private company. They can put whatever they want on their store. Well, right. Well, they're a public company, but they can put whatever they want on their store whenever they want.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But if the court says, put them back on, they have to.
But like, what reason would that be? You know what I mean?
Reason for them not to, or to?
To do it.
The court says so.
But like what grounding would the court have to make an order to put them back on?
Basically, that they would have to rewrite the terms of service, and then if they rewrite it that way, then Epic is not in violation of the new terms of service anymore, so they would be put back on the store.
Yeah, but I don't think the court can make.
I think they can.
Them put it back on the store. You know what I mean?
I think if I killed someone and the court said you're going to jail, I'm going to jail.
Yeah, but you're breaking the law. Apple isn't breaking the law.
Right, but they would be in violation of this ruling if they don't. And even so, like, part of the thing was that if Apple fully loses this lawsuit, then Xbox Game Pass most likely be on PlayStation then. In some ways. Or like
Oh, you think?
Yeah, because not so much that, but like PlayStation cannot take as much money then, because then they have to let alternative stores be on PlayStation because a precedent has been set. So you could see the Blizzard store being on there, Origin being on PlayStation. Because they can't say no. The precedent's been set. When
That is fair.
And then boom, they're like, oh well. In the case of Epic versus Apple.
That is fair, actually. I was actually thinking about this a while back, with.
And same for Microsoft too.
Well, selling the discless version of the PS5, that gives PlayStation a monopoly on what is purchased on the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like the loophole is that consumer had the option to get a disc version where they can get their games from anywhere else.
Right.
You know, so that consumer chose to only purchase their games from the PSN.
Yeah.
So like if like, you know, the PS6 comes out and there's no disc drive at all, then that's when I think Apple would be required to put Epic, Steam, well maybe not Steam, but Epic, you know, Ubisoft, all the other options.
Right. But but like pretty much the biggest thing, this article, this whole lawsuit isn't fully related to PlayStation news, but it is, because if Apple loses, then you're gonna see a whole lot of stores coming on PlayStation with a lot more competition for Sony. So
yeah, but then how does Sony keep their? How do you think Sony keeps people on the PSN as opposed to getting stuff from Epic and
like buying stuff from PlayStation stores and buying it from Epic?
Yeah,
better deals.
You do is that
Epic is giving away free games all the time.
So
they're burning it, yeah, but like free. You don't have to buy PS Plus.
Well, yeah.
There's nothing at the bay for Epic. You log in, claim it. They're losing so much money. They've said they're not profitable for another couple years.
That would be pretty awesome if every week or like every month we got like free games from PSN, from PS Plus, and from Epic. That would be pretty cool.
And if Xbox Marketplace is on there, then wow, you just basically have Game Pass on your console. Console wars are officially over. Then you have Game Pass on your PlayStation, so you just buy a PlayStation
for the exclusives.
Because then Sony can put their exclusives on other consoles. They don't have to, but they can. They don't. No one's forced to put their marketplace on anything. However, Microsoft is going to want all those people, because Microsoft doesn't care about console sales. They care about Game Pass subscriptions.
Yeah.
They're making so much more money off recurring payments. So bam, ultimate GG gamer move, buy a PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and there you go.
Yeah.
Steam Store will probably be on there.
Yeah, then Microsoft wins because you're subscribing to their service no matter what you do.
Yep.
PlayStation
Sony
of wins
because they're selling consoles, which is what's making them mostly money.
Yeah.
But I mean, besides, that's a lie. Software is. And PS Plus, those obviously.
Right. So then, do you think that it would be that with cross-platform games, you'd have access to those on Games Pass, but for like Halo, if I have a PS5, I'm not gonna be able to play it because I don't have an Xbox. Do you think that's gonna be that kind of barring?
I think that would happen, but it all depends on Microsoft what they want to do. Because I mean, if Microsoft wanted you to play Halo on your PS5 with Games Pass on PS5, then they would just make the game available on PlayStation. You know what I mean? They're gonna keep that platform exclusivity, and there's still differences between Games Pass games on Xbox than if you play Games Pass on PC.
Is there?
Yeah, like I'm sure nothing crazy like Halo obviously is. But I remember when I think I checked on Xbox's website. Fact check me if I'm wrong. I was looking at Games Pass games and then PC games. I believe Games Pass on Xbox had more games than on PC, not by like a crazy amount, just by some. Still, regardless. Yeah, I see no reason why if Apple fully loses this and there's a precedent set, then Microsoft would not put Games Pass on PlayStation, because bam, right there, PlayStation's already going to sell more consoles than Series X by the end of the lifespan. You got yourself another 100 million people, at least hypothetically, 50 million of them get Games Pass. Boom. Everyone's winning. Hypothetically. Sony kind of loses a lot, actually. That's a lie.
Sony does lose a lot.
Sony loses a shit ton because they're not getting basically any software sales on the store.
Right.
Except exclusives.
I feel like at that point Sony would almost have to come out with like a better PS Now or a better way to make their
money for it.
Yeah.
Xbox has the infrastructure. You can't compete against a $2 trillion company when you're that, you know.
No, yeah.
So unless they request Microsoft's help, I don't know, but we'll see. I know. It's a huge case. It was obvious that Epic was gonna appeal it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's going to go to Supreme Court, whatever they decide, then bam, gaming changes completely. It either changes or it stays more the same, but Apple just loses more money.
Well, yeah.
which they're also $2 trillion. So it's not that big of a deal, but also a very big deal for
Right.
them because they lose billions.
Yeah.
If that's the case. So, yeah. Any final thoughts? Maybe on that?
I don't think so, man.
All right, cool.
It'd be crazy. We'll have more stuff to talk about in these coming months.
In a few years. This is going to take a while. But we'll see. Depends. I mean, it's Apple, so I'd imagine it would kind of go up a lot faster because of that. But I was going to read some fan mail, but we don't have any. Shout out to Matt.
Yeah.
Darn it, Matt.
And if there's any lawyers out there who want to talk to us about the Apple thing, that's also right in. You know,
coming on the podcast through
cool.
the Discord server.
Yeah, we'll patch you in. We'll call you.
Yeah, patch you in.
It'll be great.
Like in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Just like call a landline.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean I think that pretty much wraps it up in terms of news this week. A little bit shorter than we usually do, I think.
Yeah.
What are we setting out at 40?
Exactly.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so I mean that's it for me. Outros. But actually, that's a lie. For submitting us questions, if you are interested and want to get to either know us more or ask us questions about gaming news, obviously we're not masters at the news, but we'll definitely give you our opinions, not facts. You can reach out to us at AskPSPonies@gmail.com. That is AskPSPonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us and reach out to us on Twitter at PSPonies. And if you are listening to this on YouTube or anything, be sure to subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button. If you're on any of the audio platforms, be sure to hit that share button and send it to your other PlayStation fanboy.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
You can also follow us on Twitter.
I said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought you just did the YouTube. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to us. Please reach out to us on those various platforms, and we will catch you next week with a whole slew of other PlayStation news and most likely our thoughts on Deathloop.
All right. Bye, everyone.
We'll see you.